Hi, I'm Stu from HiveMind Automation and welcome back to the Hive. In this quick tips video, we're going to be pairing the Switchbot Remote with the Switchbot curtains that we reviewed in a previous video and getting them set up so that we can remote control the curtains without having to pull our phone out of our pocket. This is, of course, a follow-on video from my previous video about the Switchbot Curtain Rod 3. We'll take a very quick look around the outside of the box, get the unit out of the box, and then get it paired. Should be relatively quick. I do have plenty more Switchbot content coming up in future, so while I roll the intro, why don't you take a moment to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified when I release new videos each week. And while you're at it, if you like what I do here and you want to support the channel, there's some affiliate links in the video description to gadgets that you can buy for your own smart home and support the channel at the same time without it costing you any extra. Or you can support the channel directly through my Buy Me a Coffee link. Of course, those affiliate links and my Buy Me a Coffee link are all available on my website, hivemindautomation.com.au. With all of that out of the way, let's get started. Now, if you're new to the channel, you wouldn't know that a couple of weeks ago, Switchbot sent over some of their brand new 3rd generation Switchbot curtain rod motors for me to review. And I promised in that video that I would explore some of the other accessories they sent over, which includes this Switchbot remote. So here we are. Now, hopefully this should be a pretty quick setup, fingers crossed. Now, because we've already set up the curtain rods, we don't need to do any of that, but let's take a very quick look around the outside of the box here. So right on front here, we've got Switchbot Remote, wireless remote for Switchbot products. On the side, download the Switchbot app, pair with Switchbot products, and map the keys. On the back, works as part of a Switchbot ecosystem, so remote and curtain or remote and bot. Some compliance info, websites, model number. On the back, Switchbot ecosystem, place anywhere, Bluetooth low energy. On the top, we've just got Switchbot, and on the bottom, specs is white, ABS plastic with UV resistant coating. The size is 37 by 43 by 13 millimeters. It weighs 18 grams and it takes a CR2450 battery, and network connectivity is Bluetooth low energy. So with the outside of the box covered off, let's peel off this circular sticker here if we can get it. These circular stickers that they use are very, very sticky indeed. I might need to get under it with this screwdriver here and peel that up. There we go. And pop that flap open. And we've got a little plastic tray in here that we can slide out. And there's some manuals. So we've got a user manual in here. It's pretty straightforward. Lots of boxes, remote manual. Remember to take that button, remote and some stickers there. There's a strap hole, battery box and complex keys. There's info light and type remote you anywhere. Pairing remote mapping keys. And then battery, a bunch of useful information in that manual. There's a help card, so there's links to their Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, or the artist formerly known as Twitter, and their website at the bottom. And on the back, there's app feedback, an email address for their support team, live chat, and more info to scan the QR code for their FAQs, YouTube, and more. We've got our off and on stickers there, and you can also, you might not be able to make those out on camera here. There's blank stickers there that you can put whatever you like on there, so you can DIY those stickers. With those out of the way, we have just the unit itself in here, and underneath the unit in the plastic tray, we've got a bit of VHB tape, which we take that out. It pairs up nicely to the cradle that we've got here, and there's already some VHB tape applied, so that's nice as well. The cradle is pretty cool. It fits really nicely. It's got screw holes in there, so you can screw it into a wall or just use the VHB tape. I really like the design of this. I think it's been really well done using minimal plastic. and we've got the unit itself, which on the back we've got the battery door, and the battery's already in there with a little pull tab to take out so that it turns on, and it just turned on and we got a beep there. On the right hand side we've got some information here, so Switchbot Remote, the model number, the power source, and compliance data. There's a little hole at the bottom which I'm assuming is for probably a reset button there. And on the top we've got a little loop strap. So we've basically just got this little button here. So with the Switchbot app open on my iPhone, I'm going to tap the plus button and then add device, and I'm going to see if there's something in here. And you'll see we've got in power switch here, we've got remote, and it says long press both keys for 2 seconds until the LED starts flashing, and then tap the next button. So I'll long press both of those buttons, and the LED is actually on the bottom here. That's what that is. It's not a reset button at all. So I'll tap next, and we've got a little beep out of that as well. Nice that there's a little piezo speaker in there as well. So initial setup, we've got remote 57. I'm just going to call this curtain remote. And we'll put this in the dining room. It's the only room we've got set up, and we'll tap next and add remote. Bingo, is done. So now if I go curtain remote, we see that buttons on the remote can now trigger scenes, and we don't have any actions set here. And we can tap find remote and it beeps and flashes the LED 3 times there. So that's kind of nice. I'll tap on the first action not set, which I'm assuming is the first button, and I'll go to, we can either select scenes if we had a scene set up, or we can go to dining room window, and we'll go dining room window. The action at the moment is fully open. We can change that to fully open, or we can change it to fully closed, but with this slider here. So I'll leave that at fully open. I'll tap save. And then on the other side, we'll go dining room window, and we'll go fully closed, and I'll tap save. So now we've got dining room window fully open and dining room window fully closed. So the concave button is fully open and the convex button is fully closed. So now what I should be able to do, okay, so we are looking at the curtains here, got the button here, and I'll press the bottom button, the concave button, and that should trigger the fully open scene, which it has. Awesome. And now I can trigger the other button, which should trigger the fully closed scene. The triggers are working really well. If I tap on the cog in the top right corner, we've got some other things in here. We've got advanced settings like an indicator light and a sound. So we saw the indicator light and we heard the sound. We can turn those off if we like. Device pairing, we can pair the device to a Switchbot lock. I don't have a Switchbot lock, so I'm not too sure, but we may explore that in a future video. There's FAQs in here. Factory reset guide and troubleshooting for remote after setting up. And then there's firmware and battery. The battery level is 100% in here, and firmware version is 4.4. And lastly, we've got device info, and we've got our BLE MAC address there. So the only other thing in here is we can change the name in here if we want to. I'm not going to do that right now. So we'll back that out there. There's really nothing else to discuss about this curtain remote. So the Switchbot Remote one-touch button does retail for $29.99, and I will put an affiliate link in the video description as well if you are interested in picking one of these up for yourself. According to the Switchbot documentation for Home Assistant, though, this button does not integrate with Home Assistant using the Switchbot integration. So it is pretty much only if you are using purely the Switchbot ecosystem, at least for now. It is possible that the Switchbot integration may be updated in the future to support these functions. Now, according to the Amazon site, it does support up to 4 devices, and when combined with the Switchbot Hub, we may also then expand the functionality of this button as well. So it is great to not have to use my phone or even voice control to be able to launch the Switchbot device. And this can also be used with something like the Switchbot bot as well, it would seem, according to the documentation. So that is the Switchbot Remote wireless remote for Switchbot products. Now, I will say that this video did actually start out as being an attempt at pairing the Switchbot curtain rods into Home Assistant, but it seems that as it stands right now, the Switchbot integration with Home Assistant doesn't properly work with the Switchbot Curtain 3. So I will need to investigate further and hopefully find a solution to that problem in the not too distant future. I have plenty more Switchbot videos in the pipeline, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on those. And let me know your thoughts about the Switchbot Remote. At $29.99, it is pricier than other buttons that I have seen, being that it is, as it stands right now, only useful for things within the Switchbot ecosystem. It's great if you're in that ecosystem already. However, it may not be great if you're looking to integrate it into something like Home Assistant, because the Home Assistant Switchbot integration also doesn't seem to support this button at this time. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. That's all we have for this video, and I do hope that it helped you in your home automation journey. Be sure to drop a comment down below with home automation ideas you'd like to see me cover in a future video. And don't forget to follow HiveMind Automation on Instagram and Facebook. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button down below to give it a like. And if you're not already subscribed, now is a great time to consider changing that. While you're at it, if you hit the bell icon, you'll get notified when I release new videos, and that's normally each week. Lastly, if you like what I'm doing here and you want help to support the channel, there's a Buy Me a Coffee link in the video description as well. Any contribution you make through Buy Me a Coffee does get put towards making more and hopefully better content for you to enjoy. Don't forget to check out my website as well, hivemindautomation.com.au. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Stu from HiveMind Automation, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.